Hi everybody, it's Carolyn Fields, Executive Director of Business Development, Interbrand, focusing on our consumer and retail brand experience. I'm here with Doug Zarkin for our CMO at Luxottica Pearl Vision.
Correct.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks
We're here
for
at
having me.
Brandemonium. We're really excited to have you here. Talking a little bit about what your role is at Pearl Vision.
Sure. So I lead the marketing function for Pearl. Pearl is 65 years old. 56 years old. The preeminent optical retail brand in the marketplace. Major legacy brand within optical retail, founded by a doctor. And I have the privilege of leading our business around the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you guys innovate with such an established brand?
You know, it's a great question. How do you take a legacy brand and keep it contemporary? And for us, it really started with crystallizing the DNA of the brand. Innovation without purpose is basically just reckless action. And so for us, it was really identifying the fact that at our heart, we are a brand of people caring for people. And so our innovations are really centered around customer experience. Our innovations are really centered around when a consumer has that epiphany moment that she needs or he needs to get their eyes checked, we want to make it as easy as possible for them to connect to their neighborhood eye care center. Innovation also means sometimes saying no. So there's a lot of bells and whistles in the market, and having the discipline and rigor to say, you know what, either no or not now, that to me is also innovation.
Wow, that's really interesting. And thinking about a lot of the disruptive brands that are entering your space, like how do you guys compete against that?
Well, I think the good news about optical, much like the fashion industry, is there's places and spaces for a lot of people to play. For us, a disruptive brand is one that is making an impact emotionally and rationally. And so I would argue the work we're doing at Pearl is actually the role of a disruptor. The category is moving much more to a commoditized action. 3 for $39, 4 for $49, free eye exam. And we're actually bucking the trend and focusing on something that most people want to do, which is find that person to trust or that brand to trust with their eyes. And so we are really winning the battle for patient acquisition and customer retention, really focusing on the importance of earning and keeping trust.
So what are the kind of things you guys are doing to do that?
So we did a lot of research, quant and qual, and what we identified is the fact that trust is actually built in a series of small moments. Grand gestures garner favor, small moments garner loyalty. And so we've really reinforced our discipline within the retail environment, within the eye care space, to ensure that we are connecting with our patients and customers. Make sure that we're taking the time to listen and ask questions, but also answer questions, to guide a consumer into that perfect pair, not try to sell them into something. Once they've completed a transaction, for us, that's when the experience goes twofold, because our customer retention model is really designed to ensure that you never forget why you made that decision to trust Pearl and why it's important a year from now when you're time and ready for your annual eye exam, you come back to us. So innovation through all steps of the journey.
That's great. So what brands does Pearl look at as far as like a mentor brand or someone that you chase after?
So, in our space, we're really looking inward. It's really easy to be distracted by the competition, and you have to keep track of what your competition is doing. But for us, one of the biggest challenges is consistency. So we're really taking a much more inward approach. We look at brands outside of our space like Walgreens and Wegmans, who I think have done an amazing job in taking national brands and making them feel and act and behave as a neighborhood brand, as inspirations, but also light posts along our journey for us as a brand to maintain that same trajectory.
Wow, that's great. What's one thing you wish people knew about the work you guys are doing?
I wish people understood the fact that a brand like Pearl, who is in nearly 600 locations around the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico, is really a business and a brand built on people. We're a franchise brand, but we're a brand that's owned by doctors. So our franchisees are doctors and opticians. And the quality of care that we give is really what makes us special. We have amazing frames. We have access to the best frames in the world. We have state-of-the-art lenses. And we're a strong, powerful brand, but we're really a strong, powerful brand made up of strong, powerful people. And so my hope is that as people get to understand what Pearl is, that they begin to respect and take advantage of the amazing people that power our brand.
Well, that's really interesting because you think about doctors, they're not necessarily business people,
Sure.
right? They're always thinking about, taking care of their people. How do you get them to understand the importance of consistency with a brand?
So the beautiful thing about the Pearl experience is that we actually want to allow a doctor to focus on what they focus on, which is quality of care. We surround them with a turnkey operations model, from supply chain to marketing, both brick and mortar as well as digital. We have really reinforced the fact that the doctor has to be forward in our brand by going back to the roots of the brand. Dr. Stanley Pearl founded Pearl in 1961 in Savannah, Georgia. And so bringing Dr. Pearl, his message back to the forefront to power our communications bringing the doctor forward along in that journey, reinforcing things like ratings and reviews and word of mouth marketing. All of those things are allowing our doctors and our opticians, which we call our eye care experts, to recognize the value and the importance they play in our business model and in our brand model.
That's awesome. Well, great. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks
we really
for having
enjoyed
me. I
your
appreciate
being
it.
here.